Why do Indians become CEOs in the US but struggles in India? The shocking truth about how Macaulay's education system still controls us. Think about it. Indians are leading global companies like Google, Microsoft, and IBM, but within India, we barely produce world class innovators. Ever wondered why? This isn't an accident. It was a well planned systematic destruction of India's education system. And today we will uncover how India's once great learning tradition was erased and who was behind it. And the most important question, how we can break free from the colonial mindset. Stick around till the end because the truth will shock you. Before British rule, India was a knowledge superpower. Education was not about degrees, it was about wisdom, logic, and self discovery. From Harappan times to Vedic India, ancient India's learning was deeply integrated with life. Harappans had town planning, water management, and an advanced trade system suggesting strong applied knowledge. During Vedic period, a deep focus was given on intellectual training. Gurukuls taught science, philosophy, mathematics, medicine, metallurgy, and even astronomy. Takshila in 6th century BCE and Nalanda in 5th century CE were among the world's first universities, centuries before Oxford or Harvard. Nalanda had 10,000 students and scholars from China, Korea, Central Asia, and beyond. Did you know the decimal system, the concept of zero, and Ayurveda all came from Indian scholars centuries before the West? And what about women's education? Women like Gargi and Maitreyi were respected scholars. Girls had access to education in Vedic times. However, over the time, wars and lack of patronage, economic decline led to a gradual fall in education access, especially for women. But despite challenges, India's knowledge tradition thrived. Before Britishers arrived, India had a highly decentralized and diverse education system. Unlike the standardized Western model, Indian education was adapted to different social and economic needs. The Gurukuls formed the backbone of Indian learning. Gurukuls were India's core educational institutions where students lived with their gurus. Subjects taught included mathematics, science, philosophy and ethics, and practical skills like archery, statecraft, agriculture, and trade. And the key feature was no fees. Students contributed through seva or donations. Madame Blavatsky, a European scholar, wrote that Indian education focused on holistic development, which was far superior to the rote based learning of the West. Also, the village school were the lifeline of rural India. According to British records by William Adam in 1835, there were 1 lakh plus traditional schools in Bengal and Bihar alone before British interventions. Subject taught were reading, writing, maths, law, trade, and local customs. Hindus learned from Sanskrit texts while Muslims studied Persian and Arabic literature. Even British officials like Thomas Munro admitted that almost every village in South India had a school. French traveler Francisco Bernier noted that 17th century that Indian education produced intellectuals in all fields unlike Europe where only the elite had access to learning. Then came Lord Macaulay in 1835. His infamous words, "A single shelf of a good European library was worth the whole native literature of India and Arabia." Macaulay's plan was clear: erase India's intellectual independence and replace it with an education system that produced obedient clerks for British Raj. Sanskrit and Persian schools were shut down. Indigenous schools lost funding. English was made the primary language for instruction. The goal was to create a class of Indians who looked Indian but thought like British, brown sahibs, servant of the empire, not thinkers, not visionaries, and it worked. Indians became clerks, not creators, employee, not entrepreneurs. Our system stopped encouraging critical thinking and started promoting rote learning, something we still struggle with today. And now here's the twist. You might think, okay, British left in 1947. Why did not we fix this? But here's the hard truth. Post independence leaders did little to undo Macaulay's damage. Education policies continued the colonial framework. History books were rewritten to downplay India's achievement, and traditional knowledge systems were sidelined in favor of Western model. This is why even today our education system values marks over intelligence, jobs over innovation, and memorization over creativity. For decades, India's brightest mind either left for the West or were stuck in a system designed to suppress innovation. But there's a hope. The new education policy 2020 is India's first serious attempt to reverse Macaulay's damage. It promotes multidisciplinary education instead of rigid streams. It emphasizes creativity, critical thinking, and regional languages. It brings back vocational training and Indian knowledge system. But is it enough? The real change has to come from us. We must reject rote learning and rebuild a system that fosters original thinkers and leaders. So, what is the solution? We need to reclaim our intellectual independence. We must stop seeing our education as a degree and start valuing real knowledge. Should India bring back its traditional education system? What changes do you want in our schools? If you found this as eye opening, share this video. Let's break free from the colonial mindset together. Like, share, and subscribe for more such powerful content on India's real history.